Excellent. Okay, well, I want to welcome each of you to the Sunday night Start Rebels Zoom room virtual meeting. Can you guys believe we're in week 8? This is week 8. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So how many of you guys are super stoked to be part of the START movement and are super passionate about creating your ideal life? Whoop, whoop. There we go. How many of you know that you're here on this planet to do big things and you're so grateful to be partnered with Isagenix to make it happen for yourself and others? For sure, right? For sure. Awesome. Well, Isagenix is truly the gift that keeps on giving. It is definitely a vehicle that can definitely make all our dreams come true and help other people do the same. So I'm not going to pop the disclaimer up on the board here, but I'm just going to go through it quickly, is that we are Isagenix associates, and primarily most of the people on this call are START associates, which means you're between the ages of 18 to 35. There's a couple graduates on here, I think. I'll speak for myself. I'm a grad, Bree's a grad. So we're definitely super passionate about supporting the Start Your Life movement and the Start Your Life vision. And, you know, with Isagenix, we don't make any claims to cure, treat, prevent, or diagnose any illness or disease. We have incredible nutritional cleansing products that help support a body to do what it's naturally designed to do, and no two bodies are the same. So the results that one person may get will not be the results necessarily that you'll get. Weight loss is definitely something that can happen for some people, as well as lean muscle gains, improved health, you know, overall well-being. So again, no claims made on that, but the body is the miracle and can truly do amazing things when it has what it needs. Also, you're going to hear some great stories about people who have had some financial transformations in their life. And again, no two people are the same. You get out of it what you put into it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is an incredible company with an incredible compensation plan. And what you get out of it is definitely a result of your, you know, your passion, your dedication, your commitment, and your labor. So on that note, I'm going to ask you guys, hopefully you guys have a pen and paper because we've got an awesome call ahead. Just to go through a few housekeeping things. So Crystal Director deadline is May 14th. How many of you are going for that? Going for those? Awesome. So with the Crystal Director deadline, what that means is that you're helping 6 people share Isagenix with 2 people. And as a result of that, you have the potential to earn a bonus of $832 for achieving that Crystal Director bonus, as well $111 for every person that you help share with 2. So if you guys are thinking celebration, you know, you're thinking about events that are coming up, but primarily celebration, and you're not really sure that's going to happen for you, well, in 2 weeks, you could be booking your ticket or your flight in the hotel for celebration, pretty much. So I would say that if you need any help from any one of us about, you know, putting things in place for you, looking at what your tree is doing, strategizing, we're here to support you. Let's make it happen, because if you guys are serious, you write it down, you post your goals, you visualize on it, you know, you let your team know that you want to do this with them and you want to really make it happen, everything is possible, all right? So let's go for that bonus. Also, events happening. So we've got, I heard there was a Super Saturday, May 14th in Toronto. I haven't seen anything on that yet, so there is, yeah. So as soon as I see the flyer on that, it'll go and Start Canada. If you guys get to it first, then pop it in there for me, okay?
There is a flyer, Tinya. I'll share it with you.
Okay, I missed that.
It just came up today.
Oh, perfect.
I noticed.
If you want to pop it in the group, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay.
Or just send it to me and we can get it.
Yeah. I think I can do that.
Great, thanks. Also, June 10th to 12th, David T.S. Wood. You guys know how awesome he is from Red and White. So he's going to be doing the University in Action in Toronto. All right, so we want to let our people know about that for sure, because that's coming up before we know it. As far as local events, we have Tuesday night in Barrie, Live Out Loud, so that's tomorrow night. Wednesday night is a Wellness Wednesday. Lena Thompson is our host. I think I'm frozen right now, but you guys can probably still hear me, hopefully. Lena Thompson is the host of the Barrie Wellness Wednesday, and this is this Wednesday. We've also got Mike Dallaire is training, and the beautiful Sarah Snyder is training. So I'm going to hang tight for a second here. Can you guys still hear everything I said?
Yes.
Sarah Snyder, Lena Thompson, Mike Dallaire, Wednesday night in Barrie this week. And then we've got the live Zooms for Live Out Loud on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. Information for that is on Facebook. If you want more info, let me know. Celebration, August 7th to 10th. Talked about it. Book your tickets for sure. you can get super deals for hotel and flight. You know, I've gone and roomed with 3 other people. We've even had 4 people in the room, 1 person rotating on the floor with the mattress. So we do what we got to do, right? And it's actually kind of cheap to eat in Vegas if you know where to go and what to do. So it's just if you drink a lot, then you're in trouble. So we don't want to do that. So ICU, September 17th to 19th in Toronto, which will be fantastic as well. And then any other events, you guys, if you guys want to unmute, any local events that you guys want to share with each other from, you know, from your locations?
Hey guys, we have a global Give Back Day event happening at my place, which we're going to post that in the next couple days once we have all the details ironed out. But we're going to have a charity barbecue at my house, cover charge, and all the proceeds are going to go to Make-A-Wish. So
sweet.
We're super pumped about that, and now it's going to hopefully turn into some kind of fun block party where everybody gets involved in the neighborhood. So
excellent. That's fantastic. Great. Any other events, you guys? Anything happening? Peterborough happening? Anything happening there, Riley?
Not too much right now, no.
Not much going on. Okay. Keep us posted in Start Canada. We'll keep you guys informed. Excellent. All right. So the only other thing I wanted to share with you guys was that I spent some time the other day. All of our recorded calls are now available on the Start Canada YouTube channel. So give it up for the Start Canada YouTube channel. So it's just Start Canada, capital letters. You may have to go into filter and search channels to find it because there hasn't been a lot of activity, so it's not popping up that quick right yet. But if you guys could please subscribe to it, that'll help to start to drive some traffic. Share it with your people because the only call we missed is the one with Jessica. Unfortunately, we had some glitches. Scott hosted for me that night. We had some glitches, so we'll have her again, I promise. We'll have her back on the call. Yeah, that was a bummer. That's okay, it happens. But all the other calls are in there, all right? So be sure to get in there, check them out, and share them. And yeah, I mean, I'm not super technical. I'm pretty proud of myself that I actually made that happen. So if you guys have any advice on anything you think could be improved, you know, the picture, I'm not great with graphics, so I'm open to having your suggestions or your input, of course. So anyhow, I just wanted you guys to be able to have that to share with your people. I'm in the process of prepping the schedule from now till celebration. So I will be calling upon you guys to see what you're available to help out with, what you'd like to train on. I have put together, with the help of Christy and Scott and Jessica and Lena, a schedule on some of the things that we're going to be training on. So I put a schedule to it. So connecting is tonight with Scott. You know, we're going to be talking about inviting people, presenting, 30-second story, sharing the vision, two-way calls, launch parties, online presentations. So we've got a whole list of things that we're going to train on over the coming months. And then as well, I've sort of designated what products we'll be doing the products and the belief tips on. So just to keep it a little more systemized, I, again, never made this, you know, wanted this to be a make-work project for anybody. I just wanted it to be a support and a tool, a duplicatable resource for you guys to use to help grow your teams, grow your businesses, and really connect with one another. So I think that's working. So I will be in touch with you, but if you guys want to jump out and offer your support or your expertise one week, that would be fantastic. So on that note, I have the honor of introducing to you our first speaker for tonight. And I love this person. I love all of you, but I love this person. So Scott is we're going to go, actually, I love this person too. We're going to start with Jack. Scott's going to come on after. I'll introduce him after. So Jacqueline, one of our sweeties, is a 27-year-old super start girl. She is from Brampton, but she now lives in Barrie, just up the road from me, actually. We're like neighbors. She started Isagenix in the summer of 2012 to break through some fitness plateaus, and she's going to share that with you a little bit more about that shortly. And I know many of us have started for the product with no intention to share or talk about, you know, the business, right? She studied psycholinguistics at university. She became a speech and language assistant. She is an avid CrossFitter. If you've ever checked out her FB page, you know that she loves to do her time in the gym doing the CrossFit. And she's a proud network marketer and really enjoying the journey. She's totally tapped in, totally plugged in. She really dedicates some time and energy into supporting, you know, her fellow Start peeps and, you know, all of her teammates, one team. She's really, really passionate about helping other young people rewrite their blueprints for life. And I asked her for an interesting fact, and she said that she is a first-generation Canadian girl. Parents are from England and Holland. So, and one of the things I love about this girl, she's always got a smile on her face. She's always willing to pitch in and lend a hand, and she is really, truly emulates, you know, the START vision as well as the one team mentality. And I'm so blessed and so grateful to be friends with you and teammates, and we're so lucky to have you on the call. So, Jack, take it over, babe.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you, Tinya. Like, I'm so warm in the face right now. Like, there you go. Now I'm smiling. It's good. It's good. So first of all, thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. It really means a lot to all of us putting this stuff together for everyone, because we all take away something different. So it's great that everybody's here to share. Thank you for Tinya opening everything up and talking about all those important events that we need to get to and support our team. But before we get started, is it okay if I share a bit about my story with you guys? Okay. So as Tinya said, I started the products in the summer of 2012. I had hit a plateau at the gym, and I was doing everything my nutritionist said I should do. And I was frustrated, and so my mom called me and said, "Hey, what's your credit card number? I'm going to send you a box." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Just shut up and give me your number. I'm going to send you a box and everything will be fine. Just eat whatever's in it." Okay. So I put the products in my body, and amazing things started to happen with my energy at work. And then I can still go to the gym and throw down heavy weights. And I was like, what's happening? This is amazing. And a couple months after that, I was able to crush some amazing personal records. And I haven't stopped since then. It's been a really awesome ride. And then because of that, wanting to learn more about the products, after a couple of years of plugging in and being introduced to this amazing culture, I've been introduced to this world of personal growth and personal development and uplifting other people, which is something that is so valuable to me. So today I'm going to be sharing a bit about that and also about one of my favorite products. So that's about me. So I'm going to talk about the Isadelites first. Who here loves those Isadelites? Who needs to have the box taken away after like 5 before you eat them all? Yeah. So they are so good, and for so many reasons. I'm sure a lot of us hear that friends don't let friends cleanse without Isadelites for a reason, right? It's actually been shown that we have more success with our newbies, our people cleansing, when we encourage them to have the Isadelites alongside their 30-day, because it just gives them that extra support. We always hear like, "Oh, do I have to give up chocolate when I start this program?" Well, no, because we have amazing chocolate. So it's okay. And why is it so amazing? It's so amazing because it has antioxidants. It's got green tea extract. We have B vitamins, and it's a wicked portion control way to like just have those cravings, like, wow. Cravings curbed. That's the one. And I'm a speech assistant, so that's it. Anyway. They're just this tiny little package of awesome, and I carry them in my purse all the time, because who's ever stuck in traffic and you just need a chocolate before you get home so you don't like run somebody over? Right here. Yeah. They're a lifesaver. I love them. And like the BV is awesome too. They're not gonna like it. It's a wicked add-on if somebody's just shy of their qualifying order, or they want to add on a couple of extra points. It's awesome. And right now there's even a promo of buy 3, get the 4th box for free until May 8th, I believe, which is perfect tying into Mother's Day. So who knows a mom who could use a box of chocolates that's good for them? Who wants to keep 3 boxes for themselves? Me. Yeah. So, and at a wicked price of $44.95 for that high quality, amazing antioxidant filled chocolate. I mean, it's wicked. So, friends don't let friends cleanse without Isadelites. Let's hear everybody say that. I know you're all muted. I just wanted to get you all involved.
Definitely.
So that's just what I'm sharing on Isadelites with you guys, and I hope that you get to try some if you haven't. Oh, And they come in 4 flavors. I was going to talk about that earlier, but my face is a little warm. So we have 4 amazing flavors. We have milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and then milk chocolate with salted caramel, which is surprisingly delicious. And also the dark chocolate mint, which is my favorite. So now I'm going to pass it back to Tinya.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys give it up for Jack and her info on Isadelites. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we all love chocolate, and it's so true. I'll never forget hearing Polly Anderson talk about, you know, friends not letting friends cleanse without Isadelites. It truly makes a big difference, and they do have a much better cleansing experience is what I've noticed. You know, they stay more adhered to actually sticking to their cleanse day. Plus, I mean, like, you know, Jack says, we all, you know, sort of crave every once in a while, and it's good to have something healthy that we can go to. I remember one time there was only 1 chocolate left and my son was going for it, and I quickly ripped it out of the package and licked it. So he was like, he didn't want it after that. So just a little tip. If there's someone in your house who wants your last one, lick it. Okay, on that note, thanks, Jack. So get those orders in, you guys, or tell your friends about it because you can get a good deal right now with a free box. So now I'm going to introduce you to a man who you've seen before and you've heard from before, and I'm sure you admire him just as much as I do. The fact that he's here and he's on a family vacation right now just speaks to how much of an incredible leader and support he is for each and every one of us, and he walks his talk. So I'm introducing you to Scott Hurren. He has a lovely wife, Rebecca, super sweetheart. Got to actually have a chat with her when she was at Red and White. And they have 2 gorgeous daughters. I believe their names are Evelyn and Ivy.
That's right.
If I'm wrong. Is
You
that
got
right?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't got to meet the sweeties in person yet. So, but he's from Oakville, Ontario. He is a 3-star Golden Circle. He'll tell you a little bit more about his story, but he was working in the corporate world. He started Isagenix for personal reasons, just like so many of us. And the rest is history, basically. But what I really want to share with you about Scott is that he is a member of the Start 1000. How many of you are familiar with what Start 1000 is? Cool. So we have a couple of Start 1000 peeps in our mix here. And what that is, it's an exclusive club of Isagenix leaders, age 18 to 35, who have achieved a 6-figure residual income. So these leaders, you guys, have worked extremely hard to achieve this milestone and are committed to helping others, which you know, if you know Scott, you know that, by sharing their passion for the products and the vision that drives the global Start Your Life movement, all right? So these results do not happen overnight. We know that. But it is a testament to his dedication, his and Rebecca's dedication, to using and sharing our life-changing products and, you know, supporting people in this company. So I give you Mr. Scott Hurren.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're cutting up there, Tina.
Oh, was I? Sorry. So I just said I give you
Awesome.
Mr. Scott Hurren. Okay, you go. You turn.
Thank you. That's good. I missed that whole line, but it was great. Thank you so much for the introduction. And hey, everybody. It's great to be on the call with everyone. Live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina tonight. And Tinya, I just want to thank you for all the work you do on these calls. I can't believe we're in week 8 already. And it's great. Like, just looking through all of the faces of people on here, is new people coming on every week, which is awesome. And for anyone who's brand new to this call, just want to welcome you and let you know that you're home here. This is family. We're excited to have you here, and we're really glad that you're here and a part of Start. So thanks for the opportunity and to share a little bit about my story and talk a little bit on connecting. For a lot of you, you've probably heard my story, but I've been involved with Isagenix for about 5 years. I was introduced by my brother and sister-in-law, Oliver and Vanessa Woodburn. I was invited to their home party, and I'm like, I'm not going to your home party. I don't want to go to the Avon thing. I kind of had this, like, I'm not going. And like a lot of us do, I think, come in a little bit skeptical. And I didn't really know what I was saying no to. But it just wasn't for me at that time. And I think that was a lesson for me, and certainly comes to something we'll talk about when it comes to connecting. For me, it took about 3 months. So 3 months later, I said yes to the products for myself. I was interested. In fact, the reason I had kind of said yes is I was listening to Oliver and Vanessa going through the box with someone on the phone. So guiding someone through how to use all their products. But By the time we got home, I had a 30-day coming to me. But it was on the condition that I could get my money back if I didn't see great results or didn't like it. So it sounds like I'm breaking up here. It wants to upload a new version. So basically I was like, I'm not turning back. I was in about week 3 and I started having incredible results. I thought I had 10 or 15 pounds to release. Apparently I had 35. And people started noticing. And that was, for me, that was kind of the entrepreneurial like alarm bell going off. Like, hang on, I've created a walking billboard in me and I'm not looking for this business. People are coming to me. Like, that does not happen in most businesses. So I decided to take a closer look and was really impressed with the vision of Isagenix, the leadership. And I thought, you know what, there was another moment where it hit for me. There was a moment when I remember being in my brother-in-law's kitchen and we had the back office pulled up and we were looking at the team at the tree. And I said, who are these people sponsored? And, we positioned them and I'm like, so I benefit from them? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like, it was crazy. So when I realized that, all the pieces were coming together. It was like, we've got a great product. It's working for me. I'm creating people are coming and asking me for business. I love the vision. I love the leadership. We love the products. We're going to use them. And there's like this team support and culture, and I was in. So the key for us, though, when I think back to kind of the decision day, because there was a moment, I can pinpoint it. My wife and I were on a walk. We were walking around pushing our newborn baby in a stroller. And we had a discussion on that walk. And we said, I said to her, I think we should do this. And I said, we should do it for as long as it takes. And if it takes us 10 years to earn $1 million with this company, it will be worth it. And if we get 75% of that $1 million in the back 5 years, would it still be worth it? And we're like, yeah, it would still be worth it. So for us, we basically made a decision that moment that we were in for as long as it takes. So I just want to encourage you to, depending on where you're at in your journey, just decide, because you totally show up differently once you made the decision. So when it comes to connecting, that was really important for us. When we got started, it was like, I do not want to be the guy who, when your phone rings, you look at the phone and go like, no, like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to this guy. It was really important to me. I did not want to like hound people. And I didn't want to become that guy, whatever that guy was. So we've tried to stay pretty consistent with that. And, but I think that's important. And I want to just start, when we talk on the topic of connecting, I would really, really encourage all of you to try and switch your language from using the word prospecting to using the word connecting. Because to me, I think they're two very different things. Connecting, you're much more focused on building a relationship with someone, and the relationship kind of becomes the core piece of it. Where with prospecting, it's like you're connecting, but you're connecting with a goal in mind. And the goal is to get only reaching out for the purpose of prospecting. And I think it's something that I think the network marketing profession we're going to shift in over time, is switching to that much more of a connecting kind of philosophy. So when we go out to connect. We don't go out to prospect, in my mind. And there's so many different ways that we can do it. I mean, there's someone on this call who I've seen take a selfie in the bathroom by the urinals with other people and connected with a couple of guys. I'm not recommending that. Yeah, hands up there, Riley. I mean, whatever you need to do to connect. I mean, there are different ways. But you can, there's so many different ways to connect and interact with people. I was at the pool today. There was another lady sitting on the chair next to me. She had an Isagenix Romano's team and blah, blah, blah. Like, just connecting. And that is a great way, even just from having what we call public displays of Isagenix on you. You can build that relationship really quickly, right? Wear a t-shirt, bring your shaker cup, use the products. You should always have something on you. Isagenix gives you enough ways that you can and engage with you. The Cleanse for Life bottles, the Ionix bottles. If you get liquid bottles, rinse them out, fill them with water. Use them every day as your water bottle. People will ask you, take them to the gym with you. So you're there in the gym, everyone else is drinking stuff. You're drinking Cleanse for Life right from the bottle. It's water, but or Replenish or Hydrate. But at the end of the day, it's another public display of products. So that's a great way just to create some interest. Second, compliment people. Complimenting people is so easy to do, and you just got to find something, and it can be anything. Love those shoes, love your cute kid, love those, whatever, your bag, like whatever it is, or your personality. Like that's such a great one, right? And you guys know it. You'll the more you're in this, you'll have those moments where you see what I call the it factor, right? These people who just have it. You walk into a Starbucks and you ask for a drink, and the person has the it factor who's serving you. And the it factor to me are things like head up. Hi, how are you today? How's the weather out there? Blah, blah, blah. Good energy, right? They've got the it factor. And when they have the it factor, those are the types of people that you want to connect with. Those people that we're looking for. They bring more to the table, right? They're the type of people you want to link arms with. They are the type of people that have, they just operate at a different level. They're not heads down, ho-hum. And so when you see that, paying them a compliment on that, saying, hey, like, thanks for the awesome service, and try and get into some questioning really quick. Open-ended questioning is really, really a great way to connect. How long have you been working here? Is a really good question. When did your shift start today? Do you see yourself here 5 years from now? That is an amazing question to get people thinking, right? No, I'm never going to be here. I'm in school. Oh, what are you in school for? What are you doing? What do you plan to do after? And then another way that you can follow up after that question, and this is like, it's a fundamental as far as I'm concerned in connecting with people, is the if I would you question. I mean, that's kind of for the Starbucks interaction where you're meeting someone at the counter who's got it factor. How's your day going? Great. How long have you been working here? Oh, I've been here about 3 years. Okay, cool. Do you see yourself working here another 3 years? No, I'm blah, blah, blah. What do you see? Oh, I'm studying kinesiology at school. Oh, that's really cool. If I could show you a way that you could integrate what you're learning and help more people, would you be open to taking a look at something? I mean, that is a great question, and you can weave it however you want. But the main thing is, if I would you? If I sent you a video, would you watch it? If I invited you to an event, would you come? If I set up a call with someone who's exactly in your position, who's done incredible things with their life, would you be open to that? And those are just great ways. Tinya, could you do Jessica's phone there? I don't know if she's doing some hammering or something, but or maybe who knows. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I mean, those are just really good questions, but good open-ended questions. So if you want to really engage with someone and connect with someone, you want to find common ground. Common ground is really, really a great thing to do. This is, now we're also talking about cold market here. These are some cold market strategies that you could use, but definitely some really kind of good questions. You always want to make sure that you're collecting their information as well. So it's so easy for us to try and give our information in many cases. Like, oh, here's my phone number, here's my email, like send me a note and I'll get back to you. In the 5 years that I've been working this, people don't get back to you. Like it's probably like 95% rate. Wouldn't you agree, Tinya? If people have been here a while, like if you give them your information, rare chance that they're going to get back to you. But if you've got their information, you want to make sure that that person is on your list for life. Like your list should always be growing. Your list should never, ever shrink. So your list, when you start, you're going to come in with friends, family, a few people that you know, and that's kind of your list. But that list should be with you today, and it should always be expanding. It never, ever shrinks. And that means that the person who has the it factor, who exchanged an email with you, gets added to that list, and they're with you forever. Forever until they say yes. Even if they say yes, they stay on that list. Maybe you highlight them once they say yes, but they stay on the list, because if they fall off the list, if they stop ordering products a year from now, you can follow up with them again in a couple of years and go through and say, hey, it's a great time of year. Would you be interested in starting again? So these people never, ever come off your list because they've got it. So you should always be expanding and never, ever taking anyone off. I don't anyway. I mean, that's my advice. I don't take anyone off a list, or at least it's rare. Like we're talking a handful. There's some people who have done some things that are, out of integrity, don't align with us. And it's like, you want to know what? It's not for you, and I'm not wasting my time with you, and you're off the list. But for the most part, everybody pretty much stays on the list. So we getting some value? Is this helping, guys? Sweet. You can hear me? Awesome.
Yep, we can hear you.
Cool. So have you guys ever heard of the acronym CLASP? This one's a little bit more, I've only heard this, I heard this once, and it was really, really powerful. It was something new that I hadn't heard in a while. It's called CLASP, C-L-A-S-P. And for those of you who've been around a while, maybe you haven't heard it, but I thought it was brilliant. So the idea is, if you're connecting with someone who is in the profession, in for example, let's say you're connecting with a personal trainer. Okay. So you connect with a personal trainer who's helping a lot of clients. They're doing something already. The C in CLASP is to ask them, what are you currently doing to help your clients get great results? Or so C for current, what are you currently doing? And that can really apply for anybody, but we'll use the example of a trainer. So what are you currently doing to support your clients in helping achieve their health goals? We know that there's an 80-20 rule. 80% of the result that people are trying to get with you comes from the nutrition. 20% comes from the gym. So if 80% of that is coming from the nutrition, wouldn't it make sense that 80% of your income is coming from nutrition? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily elaborate on that, but I want to throw that point in because I thought it was a brilliant way of kind of framing that for someone who's in that world. It's like, you are in the business of helping people get results. At the end of the day, if 80% of it's coming from nutrition, shouldn't 80% of your income be coming from nutrition? So, but the question for them is, what are you currently doing? And let them answer. Well, I give them meal plans. Okay, great. Well, what do you like about it? So L, what do you like about it? What do you like? What do you love about it? What's working, essentially? Tell us, share. And you're listening for cues here. So they're going to give you I like it, because I believe it's important, blah, 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 which is great. I believe it's important. I recognize food's important. We need to get them eating right, whatever. That's why I give them meal plans. Okay, fair enough. A is for alter. What could you alter about it? What could you change? If you could change anything about what you're currently doing, what would you alter? And again, powerful, because now we're asking them, where is their gap for improvement? And you're listening for how can we then provide the solution for them. So they say something like, well, you know what? I give them the meal plan, but I don't think a lot of people follow it. Okay, fair enough. The S is for support. So support meaning, who else is in their business? Who else, do they work for a gym? Do they have to get clearance from a gym? Is there a partner? Is there a spouse? If you're talking to somebody who's who else? Make sure, are they the decision maker for the client? So because everybody, you're doing this privately, okay, great. So you kind of get that, what's the structure? What's the support unit? So the S, structure, support. And the P is, in CLASP, is paint the picture. So our job is essentially to paint the picture for them of another way. So you can ask them, if I could paint a picture for you, if I could introduce you to a way that we could help your clients achieve even better results, even quicker, all natural, by doing something that they will actually follow, would you be interested in taking a look? I've got a great friend. Her name's Tinya. She's a personal trainer. She's in the business. She's amazing. I'd love you to hear her story. Would you be open to that? If I set up a call, would you be open to that? So that's the CLASP, walking through that CLASP. I love that. I thought it was a brilliant kind of structure for walking through that kind of okay, you're a chiro, so, okay, that's what you're currently doing. Okay, what do you love about it? What would you alter about it? What would you alter? What's your support like? Do you make the call? And then if I could paint a picture for you, there you go. So CLASP, C-L-A-S-P. And with that, Tina, I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm happy to take questions if anyone wants to fire anything off or give a scenario. I think there's some great value in having some interaction in this call too. So I would encourage you guys, if you have come across anything where it's hey, what would you do in this case? What would you do here? Be happy to kind of throw some ideas at you for sure.
Does anyone have anything right now that you have any questions or any thoughts or anything like that you want to pass to Scott? You can unmute yourself. Go ahead. And if not, is everyone good? Okay, sorry.
I just want to say great info, Scott. Awesome. Yeah. I'm just
Thanks, Brian.
Writing notes like crazy here, but thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, I love that class. And just on the note where, what I would I just wanted to share with you, I do have a recorded call. I was interviewed as a fitness specialist as to why I would recommend Isagenix. So if you guys wanted a copy of that 20-minute call that you could share with other trainers or fitness specialists, it goes through, my health, it goes through the personal aspect, it goes through the financial aspect, it goes through why a client would benefit from a trainer referring, Isagenix to them. So if you ever want that copy of that call, let me know. But
Awesome.
Scott, incredible information. Thank you. Okay, we'll open it up for some questions and stuff at the end, but I just want to pass it back to Jacqueline. She's going to go through a bit on belief, and then we've got a couple more shares coming up here before we sign off. So Jack, it's your turn, babe.
Okay. So much value from Scott. Oh my goodness. And what a trooper for coming in on his family vacation. My gosh. Okay, so thank you, Scott, for all of that. And I love the class approach, and I think pairing it with form, the family, occupation, recreation, and money stuff, that we learned about, how we can tie all that together. So that's awesome. It's got my brain going everywhere. Okay, so as Tinya said, I'm going to talk about belief. And I mean belief in all 6 areas. Put up your hand if you were at Raw this past couple weeks. Was it last weekend? I don't even remember anymore. It's all one big blur. Okay, so a lot of us got some information on the 6 beliefs, and I'm just going to go over them quickly, and I'm going to pick my 2 favorites, and then I'm going to share some of my favorite resources for you with those areas. Sound good? Okay. And if you miss any of the information, send me a message on Facebook, and I'll give it to you, because I'm going to go a little fast, and I tend to speed up when I'm excited. So, so the first area of belief is products. The second, the company. Third, compensation plan. Fourth, the industry of network marketing. Fifth, belief in yourself. And number 6, belief in yourself doing network marketing. And how many of us, you don't have to answer fully, of course, but how many of us, your belief needle from 1 to 10 varies on all 6 different areas, right? I know for me, the ones that are often lowest is belief in myself and belief in myself doing network marketing. And that's why I'm going to talk about them today, because if my needle fluctuates, all y'all, they fluctuate. So, everybody has ups and downs in their business and believing in themselves. And that is the biggest thing that I have been introduced to with this company and the culture, and learning how to believe in myself. That is the difference. And so if I can help anybody else believe in themselves, then I've done my job. So with that, I am going to just quickly show you my resources, a little bit about why I like them, and how they've helped me. Sound good? Okay. So the first one, I have 3 podcasts. The first podcast is Amplified Living by David T.S. Wood. The second is Amplified Network Marketing by David T.S. Wood. Both of his are, it's incredible. I mean, even from sitting in my car driving all the way to work for 45 minutes, this guy can get in my head, clear the noise, and it goes out the other side. And I get to work and I'm like, I can do this again. I believe in myself that I've got the power to get out of my way and follow my dreams. It doesn't matter what the neighbor says. It doesn't matter what the clerk at the store said about it. What matters is about what I want and what I see for the future and my vision. That's powerful. Don't let go of that. The third podcast is Lori Harder's Earn Your Happy. Lori Harder, she's an amazing role model, amazing athlete, but now she's this mentor that you can access, and this girl can lift you up in 10 minutes time from feeling like you can't even get out of bed to going out of your bed and running a marathon. It's amazing. And it's all about being happy and turning that part of your brain on and just giving it. So give it. And then there's one book which I actually haven't read yet, but I asked for it for Christmas, and it's called Wake Up Happy by Michael Strahan, the, I think, almost ex-host of the Kelly and Michael show. But It says, the Dream Big, Win Big Guide to Transforming Your Life. Who here wants to wake up happy every day? Yeah, I do. And if reading this book about how he wakes up happy could help me at all a little bit, wicked. I'm down. So believing in yourself. I mean, I always was told I could do whatever I wanted, but I never really knew what that meant. And then when I was introduced to this company and the culture and the supportive network of people saying, you can, and I watched other people do what they believe in, I was like, this is real. I'm gonna do this. This is possible. And so now I'm here and I'm doing it. So it's exciting. So now I'm just gonna move into believing in yourself, doing network marketing. So you believe in yourself, and then you go to talk to somebody and you have no idea what's going on. Your brain, your mouth. It happens to me all the time. You want to say something and then you don't know, you haven't felt like you haven't done your homework enough. So I'm going to give you some homework if that's cool. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite resources. Most of them are books. So who's heard of the 4-Year Career? Anybody already? Our beloved Pam and Kevin Barnum are featured in this lovely little book here. I actually read this cover to cover on the plane to San Diego last summer. And I just could not put it down. Boom, ready to go. If you give yourself 3 to 5 years of hard commitment, maybe longer, maybe less, I don't know. But if you set your butt in a chair and get some learning in between your ears, there's no reason why you don't have the tools to make something happen. Business of the 21st Century. I'm sure a lot of us have this book. I'm currently reading it again. Love it. So much great information. And it's not all about network marketing, but it's about that different way of thinking and the different flow of money and how things are changing. The 40-40-40 plan is not a good plan anymore. And then we have GoPro. I think I've read this one 3 times now, and I carry it with me everywhere. The pages are about to fall out. But it's incredible because it gives you all the tools you need. Sometimes you just need to reference it in your back pocket and go back and call the person and say, hey, because you've given yourself that confidence now that you have to believe in yourself with the tools to go and crush your dreams and change lives. I mean, like, how do you not? And then, my last podcast for Belief in Yourself, Doing Network Marketing is Dave Anderson's Moving Millennials. Not all of his guests on his podcast are Isagenix associates or even in network marketing, but just the stories of young people going out and doing something that they're passionate about when people think that they're crazy to do so, that gives me the courage and the extra push to say, yeah, why not? Why not me? If not, when am I going to do it? What's stopping me? Absolutely nothing. So I love plugging into these resources, especially podcasts on the way to work. I have a 45-minute drive one way. So I have an hour and a half to kill in my day. And if I'm going to sit in traffic, I may as well learn something from it. So you guys, I hope that somebody who's ready to get to work on all of their fluctuating needles, whether it's just in products or the compensation plan or whatever, pick something each week and increase that needle, even if it's from a 6 to a 7. Who cares? You don't have to be a 10 all the time, but what you do need to do is be consistent in improving yourself. And through that, the rest of it's going to come.
Sweet. Awesome. You guys give it up for Jacqueline. Good job, Jack. Love it. Great information. And yes, it's so cool. Oh, she missed. It's so cool to see, number one, even just how I just even think just since we started this call, how all your needles have gone up. Like, David Wood said at the first Red and White in Vancouver, he said, if you guys aren't a 10 out of 10, don't talk to people. Don't open your mouths. So it's like, the products, the company, like all that stuff, that's a no-brainer. Do your homework. You're going to get to a 10 pretty quickly. Belief in yourself, that one can waver a little bit depending on environment, external conditions. I know I might be frozen. I'm going to keep talking. It can fluctuate, just depending on conversations that we have, that kind of thing. So I don't know what you missed. I just got frozen again. So I'm just going to keep.
You got it all. We can hear you.
You got it all. Okay. I should have started singing Let It Go or something.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow, so I think, so Jack, it's so great. Thank you so much for sharing that information with us.
One more thing.
Yep, quick. We want to keep moving here.
Yeah, I just wanted to share with you one of my favorite things that I've heard David Wood say in person more than once. It's, my wealth can only grow to the extent that I grow myself.
Exactly.
And every time he says it, I'm like, whoa, and then I write it down every single time. Because it's probably one of the most important things I've ever learned.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Great share. Thanks, you guys. Okay. All right. So I am going to pass it over to Seamus and Scott because they wanted to talk to us about the Global Give Back Day. And then I just have a couple of things to share with you before I sign off. Sorry, we're keeping you guys a bit late, but thank you for sticking around. We appreciate it. Okay, boys, over to you.
Sweet. Seamus, kick us off.
Thanks, Tinya. Yeah, as many of you I think probably know, the Start Global Give Back Day is actually less than 2 weeks away, Saturday, May 7th. So just wondering sort of what the community has sort of thought of, what we're thinking about. I think Scott posted in the group a little questionnaire, and it looks like most people are sort of thinking around something to do with giving back to kids. Wondering if there's anyone that has any bright ideas on sort of a larger group event, if there'll be some different sort of pockets of groups. But really just getting the conversation started because I sort of went, oh, yeah, May 7th is 13 days from now. Whoops. So, yeah.
So, Seamus, Jacqueline shared, I think may have shared before you got on about what she's planning. Jacqueline, do you want to just elaborate a little bit on your location for that? Is that open for everybody? What's your plan there?
Yeah, so Lena and I are working on having a charity barbecue at my house in my backyard. Basically charging a cover charge, and all the donations are going to go to Make-A-Wish and possibly another local charity. And it's open to everybody. We're going to have some team bring in some potluck items so that there's more than just, burgers and hot dogs and all that good stuff. We'll serve some replenish and things. But we'll invite the neighborhood in and they can kind of get an idea of what START is about and what the movement's about and even just the company as a whole, because living in the contribution vision is what we want people to see, basically. So it is open to people, and we'll get that information out as soon as everything's ironed.
Another thing just to add to that we're doing is we thought kind of had the idea that anybody can do throw $10 or $20 down and that's a contribution, but we thought we would do some kind of raffle that involves people doing some kind of individual contribution. So whether or not that's a pay it forward or if you did something that day, bought somebody coffee, so you'll write on a piece of paper that says I bought the person in front of me a coffee and your name and phone number, and we'll put that into a raffle and try to get some prizes together. Maybe have some leaders or just people. So that kind of works for people to do something on an individual level, but also come out and contribute some money that will put we were thinking, I don't know, Youth Haven or Make-A-Wish or that kind of food bank, how we can contribute locally. So if you guys have ideas for where you think that you want to see money go, that would be amazing. And we're open to suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I think there's definitely some value in having a couple of different things going on within our community. Obviously, that's the goal, right? Is to have different things in different locations. I know there's a fair number of people on this call who are in, kind of the GTA, and it's broad, kind of spanning up to Barrie as well. But probably a group of us, enough people in Toronto proper, or kind of that GTA area that could come together down there, and then the group of the north. Barrie, you've probably got enough people up there too, I would think, Jack, to do, to pull from up there as well. So yeah, we're open to ideas. Just so you know, in the interest of time, Seamus and I have been chatting. I know Jessica Takis is involved too. We're just looking to try and put something together. So does anyone else have any, if you're in Toronto, kind of Toronto or the GTA, do you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see happen kind of down here? Anything that kind of springs to mind that you feel we could do?
I would wonder what the capability is to be able to go and, whether it's serve food or, I'm just trying to think. There's not really any holidays, so it's not like it would be like a Thanksgiving food drive or anything like that. But what would be some of the, possibilities to be able to help out in some organization like that? I mean,
yeah. So I've checked in Toronto. There's a Volunteer Toronto website that kind of shows list of opportunities for groups. There's not a ton of stuff actually on weekends that we've come across or available on that specific day that I'm seeing. But definitely, if someone's got some connections, that could be something we could talk about. I know Seamus, Jessica, and I were just chatting a little bit about doing something in conjunction with sick kids on the day. So kind of bringing together that kids, Make-A-Wish, health kind of piece, and doing something downtown at the hospital in the lobby or something. So, I mean, whether that is, it could be as simple as us, handing out like a coffee gift certificate to the parents who are there, you know what I mean? And connecting with the parents, kind of hearing their stories. But if people are open to ideas, we need to try and get it kind of buttoned down in the GTA quickly. So I know Seamus and I are working on it. If anybody else wants to reach out with some ideas, kind of stay plugged in. But what I think we'll ideally do is in the next couple of days, we'll just post up an event in Start Canada that people can come to, and then you can plan to attend, and kind of we'll have a meeting place and time, and you can come and be a part of it, and that would be great. So
yeah, awesome.
We just want to try and ask and get a bit of a sense from people on this call if there was any ideas, but looks like we're all kind of in the same boat. So
yeah, well, now that you've started the conversation, thanks for doing that, because now, you guys can start putting your thinking caps on, and I'm sure that there's going to be some great ideas. So keep the conversation going.
I was just going to mention, Tinya, the women's shelters, like shelters with children right now. We have, there's the one in Collingwood. We just went to a charity last night, Spring Soiree, but it was for the women's shelter here, and she has 5 children. There's a couple families or single moms with kids there right now, but that always hits me too, and something very local, right? So there may be shelters around too where the kids need something there too, so I'm just thinking maybe there's some way we can contribute even in Collingwood area, and then I can support Jack too in Barrie. Because I'm thinking donating meals or something to their families, and some Isagenix products maybe for the kids, and toys or something. We've got lots of used toys, but shelters, women's shelters too, right? Yeah,
exactly. Which and to get in touch with them early, because I know for the Christmas I had to do that quite early with them. So okay. Yeah, awesome. Okay, you guys, you guys can keep the conversation about that going in the Start Canada group. Again, please do make sure that you subscribe to the Start Canada YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, you may need to do a search in the filters for channel. But once we get more traffic going through there, and then like the videos in there as well, if you don't mind, because then we can start to just spread the word on it. I just want to also, one more thing. I know we've had a lot to cover, but I had a meeting today. Well, Seamus, you were on that as well. We had a conversation about the Live Out Loud Zoom calls. So what the people are doing, who Alana and Gail Racanelli and Alana Yipoy, who have created the Live Out Loud Zooms and the live Live Out Louds, they want to do one that's a start focus. So they've asked me to join them and, help pull together the crew. So Seamus was on the call today. Andre Gordon was there. We had a conversation about it. I said I wanted to speak to you guys about it because as far as I'm concerned, every one of you guys could start stepping up and sharing testimonials and things like that on that call. So how would you guys like the idea of having a one live, live out loud, start focused Zoom call a week for opportunity to invite your new people out to come and listen, okay, to learn what Isagenix is all about, all right? So it's an event online. Great. So you guys are all on board. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you're interested in participating, you want to support it, you want to be part of it, you want to, speak on it, learn more about it, then private message me, let me know. I'm going to start adding you guys to the list so we can start getting a schedule set in place so that, again, it's a no-brainer. There's a template to follow. We've got the script to follow. I can help you guys feel supported, that you know what you're going to say and how you're going to say it so that you feel confident with it. A lot of you guys that have spoken on this call are ready to go. You guys are ready to go, ready to bring your people, and ready to get rolling. So on that note, I'm going to close us off. I want to give a huge thank you to Jacqueline for sharing your story and for helping us learn more about ISA Delights and Belief. Thank you for those awesome resources. And Scott, thank you very much for taking time out of your vacation with your family to be here with us. Speaks again to—
You guys are our family. What are you talking about?
Well, we are your family too, of course. Well, then I should have come with you.
Come on down. We're here all week.
I know.
No
We should.
excuses,
I should
Tinya. Get in the car.
Then I
Be
can
here by
meet
morning.
in person. There you go. Awesome. But incredible information. I love the clasp, and it's really, really great to have that. Now, what I'm going to say about the clasp, you guys, is it's one thing to listen to Scott share it. How many of you are committed to going through it, practicing it, writing it out for different people, write it out for a teacher, talk to Jason if you want to know how to approach a teacher, write it out for a personal trainer, write it out for a chiropractor, write it out for someone who works as an executive. Like, practice it, practice the questions, practice how you would say it, get really comfortable, record yourself. Don't just write those letters down and look at them and think, yeah, that's cool. And then the next time you're talking to someone, you're gonna be like, oh, what did Scott say? What was the A? Right? Practice. Are you guys
another great way to commit that, guys, is to teach it. So
Yeah.
teach it to your teams, teach it to somebody else. Even if you're brand new and you don't have a team here yet, you do have a team, but if there's nobody in that downline yet, it's like whoever, like a friend, practice it on somebody, your mom,
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Okay. And Seamus says that we should